I was on the floor when I was suggesting that the committee led by Senator Fatuma Dulo and the committee deputized by Senator Wetangula is dealing with a transaction worth billions and billions of shillings. Mr. Speaker, Senator Linturi, Senator Kajwang, and Senator Wamatangi were accused of very unlawful things by the owner of Ruaraka. What was the reason? Mr. Speaker, the reason was they didn't want that report to come here. We allowed that report to come here. Whatever happened to it, happened. But we defended the integrity of the senators. There's a lie down. We were offered money. And I'm talking about a lot of money. We did not, and they were intimidated. Intimidated. Four of us either agreed to the intimidation or refused, including the senator of Nakuru. They never signed the report. We signed the report, including Senator Sakaja, and they know. We have withstood intimidation. We have withstood offers for bribes. We have withstood pressure from the powers that be, state, DIPA, or whatever it is. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, allow me to proceed.
Proceed, Senator.
I'm glad that Senator Murkomen agrees with me and laughs. But it's not a laughing matter. Because he knows very well that in the case of Ruaraka, for purposes of a committee, we tabled a report. He knows what happened. He knows what happened. And I will not repeat because it's on record. Mr. Speaker, this afternoon, Kenyans are watching. They want to see whether we will shoot ourselves in the foot by attempting to pretend, Mr. Speaker, that either of the other produces a better result for purposes, and the ones who are saying plenary are saying that is equal justice. Senator Wan Sakaja, who says he doesn't disagree with me, is sitting in two committees, one of COVID. We have entrusted this good gentleman together with Senator Kasanga to go around the country to collect views on our behalf. Nobody has made an allegation against them. There's a gentleman seated here, Senator Yusuf Haji, who has chaired a committee for the last 8 years. Why haven't we accused him of anything? Mr. Speaker, the reason, yes.
Do you want to be informed?
By Senator Sakaja, yes.
Of course, Mutula is my brother. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to inform Senator Mutula that the committee I chair and deputized by Senator Kasanga brings a report to this house every week, including today. The issue with this committee we are saying, Mr. Speaker, is that if it rules one or another, it will not bring a report. That is the difference. That is the only difference, Mr. Speaker.
That's the problem. That's the problem of allowing some of the people who are your brothers to give you unuseful information. Mr. Speaker, it's just unuseful information for what I was saying. You're not helping. Mr. Speaker, we want to investigate and get to the bottom of this matter. This afternoon, I have this book. This book is all the impeachment records of the Senate. Why do you think it's this big, Mr. Speaker? It's because we have sat in several committees and we have something we can look up to. The reports of plenaries, including Gachagua, including the late Gachagua and including Waititu. If you want to read, you'll find nothing here. Nothing useful for the Senate. If you want to help Kirinyaga, and I'm telling you because I know, there are 4 impeachments coming. One from Western, one from Central, and some other places, Eastern, and Coast. Don't get excited because you think Kirinyaga is the magnus opus of impeachments. We are going to get much more. You will get a committee, you will get an opportunity. Lastly, let me say this. Let me finish. Allow me to finish, Mr. Speaker. Shakespeare said, though this be madness, there is a method to it. This senator has found a method to interrogate serious, intricate issues. If we walk away from such methods, which ourselves have agreed to do them, I expect all the chairpersons of committees to resign, because they are both either incompetent, corrupt, and cannot deliver. Simple. Thank you. I support the committee. Thank you.
Senator Kibiru, order members, Senator Kibiru, then Senator Abshiro from the extended.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, I would want to start by seeking your indulgence. One is that I may not be very comfortable or good in the gap of this language called English. I'm not the man who mobilized the language and took it to war. But I want to be allowed to speak in whatever form I can so that I can tell the honorable senators what is it that the people of Kirinyaga are saying. That's one. Two, Mr. Speaker, I also would want to seek your indulgence so that you can add me 1 or 2 minutes.
What's your point of order, Senator Kajwang?
I'm talking about what Senator Kibiru has said. I have a lot of respect for him. We have worked with him in the Public Accounts Committee. Him and he knows my views on his county.
Take your seat, Senator.
My only question is, you need to give us direction, Mr. Speaker. Even though the standing orders talk of conflict of interest being pecuniary or proprietary, yes, but we have established a precedence in this House that when you have an impeachment motion against the governor of your county, you kind of, stand down. It is not in the standing orders, because I don't believe that Senator Kibiru has pecuniary or proprietary interest. But, Mr. Speaker, you need to advise us, because sometimes it could muddy the water when it is your county that is being tried before the Senate. Is it in order for Senator Kibiru to actively participate in this debate to persuade the House to go one way or the other? In the impeachment motions that have sat through in this House, and have sat through about 3, the senators of the counties involved stood down, Mr. Speaker.
I think order members, some things we don't need to spend a lot of time. No, order, Senator Murkomen. I mean, the chair. I was going to say it's a personal choice for whichever senator. If you, in your conscience, you feel that you don't want to contribute because of whatever reasons, it's up to you. So I leave it to the discretion of
if you allow me.
Yes, Murkomen.
For the record, what the senator of Homa Bay is saying is not true. Senator of Kiambu spoke, Senator Wamatangi, the CS of Health spoke when Nyeri issue was brought here. The senator of Embu then spoke when the issue was brought here. I don't remember a situation where the senator didn't speak, because it's a matter of extremely public importance from where anyone is coming from as a senator.
Okay, Senator Kibiru.
Mr. Speaker, I want to speak even more so because people have kept on referring to what the people of Kirinyaga are saying. And indeed, I have the mandate, and by the way, as the only independent senator in the Republic of Kenya, to talk on behalf of the people of Kirinyaga. So, Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to say that Kirinyaga is a county that has over 600,000 people. Mr. Speaker, in that county, we have close to 100 sub-locations. And for us to be able to articulate issues of Kirinyaga, we normally move around and ask, what is it that has been happening? And Mr. Speaker, I want to urge and say, I'm not saying, and I don't want to persuade anybody here to say that the governor is guilty. The only thing that the people of Kirinyaga are saying is that senator, and they sent me, they called me, and they have been persuading me as their senator and a person elected to represent them. They have been telling us, Senator, can you please persuade the Senate to let us, especially as MCAs, come in front of them, because we would want to listen to what Moswako would say. We would want to listen to what Mutura would say. We would want to listen to what James Olengo would say. They would want to listen to what Pogisio would say. These people will not be in the committee. So they will not have the mandate even to talk about the process that the people of Kirinyaga have used. So the people of Kirinyaga are not saying anybody is guilty. They are saying, this is a learning process. We would also want to come to the Senate and learn where we have made a mistake,